You don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe it. Your friends are here. Your friends are here.
Oh, hey everybody. Wow, what a weird guy. Can't believe I met him here and he asked me if I wanted to have a fun time. That's alright, I came away with all this free stuff. But you know what I do now? Is if you're watching this, you are gonna have a fun time. Doesn't matter that the world's filled with pestilence and filth, because you're probably at your home. And we're there too, all of us, in this little square box, bringing you a full show of entertainment without you putting yourself in danger. Doesn't that make us heroes? I like to think so. That's right, random people. That's right. Get a lot of folks in this alley. Maybe I should explain what it exactly is we're gonna do. This is a free live improv show with a little sketch comedy and stand-up peppered in. But we're doing this now, live. Unless you're watching this in the future, in which case it happened. But you know what? I think you'll still find parts of it pretty funny, even if you weren't there for the conception of the moment. But we're gonna bring in a bunch of improvisers and do scenes inspired by comments that you make on whatever side of the screen there's the live chat scrolling in. That's how you talk to us. You don't just scream it out loud in the middle of your apartment. You keep it in that box, and then we read it, and we're like, that's a great idea. I'm gonna put that in the scene. You're making it happen. And it's free, like we say. We do accept donations. We can accept donations through Venmo at your friends. There is a little ticket description, an Eventbrite link in the description, where you can purchase a ticket at whatever price you feel is valid to the amount of entertainment you're getting. And we do donate 20% of anything we make through that to a nonprofit organization. It changes every month. So we also spread some benefit from that around. And we also have a Patreon that is live now. That's news to the people that have seen us before, the fans. You can also check that out. We'll put some links that might be in the lower third right now, or we'll toss it up later. Or you can just enjoy the show. It's up to you. I'm Davis Banta, and here are some of the other folks that are going to be making you laugh tonight. Starting off, Mr. Jacob Ellis. Jacob!
Oh, well, hello.
Oh, just mustaching, just
toothbrushing my mustache.
Toothbrushing your mustache.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You gotta train those hairs.
You gots to. You know, when we met you, it was... You had a weak and miserly mustache, but it's coming in lustrously now.
Well, that's the kindest thing I think anybody's ever said to me, Davis. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Let's start off. Let's warm the audience up with get them used to the idea of putting some ideas in the chat. Jacob, why don't you ask the audience for a suggestion? And on one of the games coming up, we'll pop it in the scene.
What? Okay, audience. What is talking about my mustache? People throughout my entire life told me I would never grow facial hair. That it would never happen. And to all those people who are watching right now, you suck and you're wrong. So to the audience, what did people tell you wasn't going to happen in your life? And did you make it happen? Or are you still, sad and hairless and cold?
You can at least answer the first part.
Yes.
What did people say you'd never accomplish?
Yes.
What wouldn't happen for you? Let us know. And if there's a happy ending, let us know. If there isn't, maybe just stew in your bitterness. You know, we won't judge. But let us know. Thanks, Jacob. We'll see him in a few minutes. Daniel Ruiz is also going to be performing with us. The great Daniel Ruiz. Also, you are... I can't see that because it's disappearing in your green screen. What are you doing to your mustache?
Oh, just combing it with a ruler. You got to make sure the hairs measure up.
Coming in with a ruler. That's true. You're looking dapper. Have you been freshly shorn?
That's the proper term, shorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I guess they're all just a couple millimeters long or something, right? What's the length what's the length, if you know what I mean? Mustache to mustache?
I got I'm gonna say it might be half a centimeter.
Impressive. We know it'll just grow from there. Daniel, I also think that you should get a little inspiration. Help us get some inspiration from the chat. We're gonna have everybody toss something out. What do you want to know from the chat, from these listeners?
Yeah, I noticed when you had Jacob on earlier, he was flipping off the camera, but it kind of looked like he threw out a gang sign at the end there. Obviously unintentional. So I'm wondering, what's something that was misinterpreted that you did?
What have you done that has been misinterpreted by others? For good or ill? Question mark? Excellent question. All right. What has been misinterpreted from you? Let us know in the chat. Coming up next, we got Carrie Browde.
Woo! That's me.
That is you in the Shining Hotel.
Yes.
Not measuring or combing anything currently.
No, I gave up on my mustache when I joined this improv troupe many, many years ago.
We had very strict rules back then.
Yeah, it's true, and I just couldn't fit the bill, so I gave up the mustache, gave up the old mustache Reno, and instead decided to grow out my ear hair. But I can't take these off because you can't hear it. But that's how I got this fab ponytail. It's actually coming out of my ears, and I tie it, and then it comes down like that, and it's real pretty.
That's impressive. Carrie, I'm just asking everybody questions. Why don't you ask someone a question?
Love questions. Oh my God, I love questions so much. Okay, audience. Hi, I'm Carrie. I love all of you. And I would like to know if you could have any job that you might find in like a children's book, what would you want to be? Like for me, I would want to be, a princess obviously is a great, that's not really a job, but I would want to be like an ice cream man, like the ice cream man in a children's book. Like something whimsical. Like what's your most whimsical as fuck job that you would have?
Something that would be like in a Richard Scarry book or whatever.
Yeah,
like one of those
exactly.
animals doing stuff.
And let's just pretend for a brief moment that we're not in 2020.
Let's just forget
real
that
world. So
for an hour and a half. Forget
the pandemic
that.
doesn't affect your dreams.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome.
Next up, Lizzie Prindle. Lizzie. Now you are brushing your eyebrows, I see.
Yes, that is correct.
They're coming in very lustrous.
Thank you. Yes, I was born with a gift, and that gift is hair. So, eyebrows are just a part of the charm.
That's the most obvious thing about you right now that I
Right.
can just observe is just the great craft work on that those eyebrows. Speaking of craft work, why don't you ask the audience for some kind of music related suggestion? I don't know. I'm trying not to say the question for you, but I'm just rolling with this transition that popped out of my mouth.
Okay. Where did Max hide the bodies?
Where did Max hide the bodies, folks? Let us know where Max has hidden those darn bodies. All right, thanks, Lizzie. Be seeing you and your brows later. And as always, scoring magnificently the goofs and flights of fancies, the great Max Bennett-Parker. Hey, there he is. Straight from the Cubiverse. How you doing, Max?
Hey, it's me. Hi. I'm well.
Good.
I'm chilling in the cube with my bros back here. About to get sliced up. We were talking earlier about how ironic it is. It's a dramatic irony that in the movie Cube, one of the characters indeed gets sliced into cubes, right?
Yeah. Do you think that, Max, do you think that's why they called it Cube?
I thought it was because of the big cube, but maybe it's because
That's what they
those
fucking want
others.
you to think.
Right? Yeah, it's a misdirect.
You should try thinking outside the cube.
No, see.
said that?
Think outside
boo,
the
get it.
cube. Dun.
Oh boy, we better get to the funny stuff soon.
The
All
comedy's
right.
alive.
All right. Again, I just think it's amazing. You're over in New York City, piping,
That's right.
tickling those ivories from there, and we can hear it all across this great, beautiful nation.
You know, it's something about like it's like I think it's got something to do with tubes and
Yeah,
plumbing.
that's what I hear. It's it's through the plumbing that it all happens. Max, glad to have you, giving us a nice polish as always. Our producer Ben is behind the scenes making everything work. He doesn't have to pop out if he doesn't want to, but I just want to credit him for all the great work he does with these titles and effects you'll be seeing.
Hey,
The Matrix. You saw him 1 second, and that's all you get. Aside from that, just have faith. Just have faith. He's there.
Anna.
Speaking of the funny things, we got a very special guest tonight. A wonderful stand-up comedian who's got an album out that came out this year. I believe it is called Scheduled Fun Time, and he's got a board game out. We're gonna get to all of that. Mr. Grant Lyon. Hey, Grant.
Yeah, I felt like the intros here were really mustache heavy, and I can't help but think that had something to do with me.
I think you just set the tone for the whole night.
I know I'm slowly being swallowed by this thing. So
It was more impressive before. You had an
I
epic
know.
beard component, right?
that's true. I mean, I didn't touch it for like 6 months when the pandemic hit. I was like, yo, I'm going Rip Van Winkle thirst trap here, you know?
You're gonna make that work for you.
Exactly.
But then, and you shaved it off because just sanity, or
Man, this sounds like such a humble brag, but you literally just asked me the question. So I shaved it off because I'm currently on a new show on the Sci-Fi Network called The Movie Show.
oh,
And they-
nice.
They wanted a mustache like this because I play burly crew member who always looks like he's gonna punch somebody. So I just walk around. So it's a fun part. Yeah.
Awesome. So it's shooting right now, or they just like wrapped?
No, it actually just premiered last week. So tonight's Thursday. Yeah, tonight will be the second episode. So it airs on Thursdays at 11:30 p.m. on the Sci-Fi channel.
Oh, is that Pacific time?
I
I hope
should've done
so,
my
because
homework.
we want him watching this right now.
I think it is. I think it is 11:30 Pacific.
Well, get to know this
So-
burly crew member for the rest of
Yeah.
tonight's show,
Yeah.
and then see him on the movie show?
Yeah, the movie show. It's fun. It's like silly. It's hosted by two puppets, and it's dumb.
Great.
And it's fun. Yeah.
well,
We love puppets. So
we love puppets. We love movie watching puppets.
Yeah, exactly.
it sounds like you're on the right show. All right. Thanks, Grant. We're going to bring Grant back up for some stand-up a little later in the show, and we'll also get into a bit about his stand-up album and his board game that just was released recently, Curmudgeon. We'll get to that later. We're going to also chat with him later to inspire our long form. Let us know some questions you might have for Grant. Just type them in now, if you please, and we'll grab some later. Next, also in tribute to Grant, we got a little quirk for tonight's games. The first line of dialogue for all of them that we can do that for is going to be inspired. Is going to start with part of the title with the track title, one of the track titles from his album. It's a lot of information. I'm trying to parse through. I'm trying to make it make sense. He's got an album. There's tracks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Track 3 is called About That Scooter Life. We're going to do a scene, and you'll begin with one of those track titles. Maybe someone will say About That Scooter Life, and it'll blossom from there. The first game we're going to do has got players Daniel and Carrie coming up. It's called New Choice. This is a great one. They're going to improvise a scene that will also be inspired by one of your suggestions that we gathered from before. And anytime they say something that I guess Max doesn't like, Max is going to play a little chime. And they'll have to change what they just said. And when he stops playing that chime, what they wound up with, that's the reality of the scene. But they got to keep going every time Max plays that chime. All right, so let's get a suggestion from there. The Splits. I don't know which contact that was, but The Splits is your suggestion. You can interpret that Banana Splits, a band called The Splits, the gymnastic motion. And your track title to begin the scene is the title of Track 7, Technology Without Information. You begin with the phrase technology without information. And The Splits. Take it away.
Technology without information. Dude, you gotta know how to film gymnastics before you get the fancy camera to film the gymnastics.
Trust me on this one. The camera's gonna do most of the work. I set it up, I hit record, it'll white balance itself, it'll super expose itself, zoom, all that. All I gotta do is just set it up, hit record. That's what cameras are for. That's why I spent $6,000 on a camera.
Okay, Tyler. Okay, let me ask you a question, Tyler. How tall are you?
5'9".
5'9"? So when you do the splits, would that mean that your legs would be approximately 5'9" also?
Approximately speaking, I suppose you would also be correct in that statement.
Mm-hmm. And tell me, Tyler, your camera's aspect ratio, can that capture all 5'9" of your splits?
When applied with the ultra-wide lens, if the camera is on a movable track, with the aerial drone that you stopped me from buying. No, absolutely not. I cannot do that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Tyler, look, here's the thing. I really want to help you because I think it's really kind of lovely that you're trying to get onto America's Got Talent. I know it's been a dream of yours for a long time, and you know, this year, 2054, they're on season 937. So I think this is your time, dude. So I think, you know, it's like, I'm not gonna say it's your time, but like the odds are better, certainly, than they were. I want to support you. But I still think that you should wait a couple years. I don't think this is your year, bud. Oh, are you gonna cry?
It is my year.
Oh, okay.
It is my year. It's very easily going to be my year. Because I've sent the judges letters. Letters with photos. Photos of their loved ones. Photos of their families. And with explicit instructions as to what to do when my audition tape arrives on set.
Cut to
Tyler?
the judges receiving that letter. Oh, God. How do they get these? Oh, God. I'm incredibly turned on by these. Well, guess I'll perjure myself someday by doing this. Oh, well. Oh, God. I'll vow revenge. Cut
Back
back.
to the present. So you blackmailed the judges?
I prefer postage them. It's a little less racing.
Oh, right. Oh my God, 2057. Yeah, we are post-racial in language.
Yeah.
We are not using terms like blackmailed anymore because now we use allow mail and deny mail instead. 2057, we don't have mail. We just see things in our brains that we think about.
Hey, when you send me this letter, it's postmarked to this exact building.
Judge
It's you.
Gustav Oradas. Judge Mario Bertolini. Judge Mike Wash.
Oh, I love Mike Wash.
That's right.
You're Mike Wash?
I am Mike Wash, celebrity TV judge who's also judging this competition.
Oh my God, you're so much shorter and like less bald in my mind. I mean, when you're in my mind, not like when I think about you.
Well, I think that statement was judgy, but okay. Well, sometimes if you don't have something nice to say, well, fuck you too. Now, I'm not gonna let you get away with this. You can't just do this. All right? Punishment's
Here.
gonna come. What's that?
Won't you watch my splits?
There's... it's unusual, but I'll allow it. But don't think there's any way that this performance is gonna let me...
I'm sorry, as his older sister, I have to intervene. Tyler, you're only going to be able to do the splits one goddamn time. If you're going to do it, you need the other judges here.
You gotta show me the
Gotta
splits
think-
so good that I'm willing...
Think about them real hard
To
so they
commit
appear.
crime.
We need those other two judges. We need them.
Judge Barrister
Yay!
Yes.
and
Judge
Judge
Barris-
Sister.
Oh, I love Judge Sister. You know, she's Fergie's great-granddaughter.
Yeah.
You got what you want, kid. Impress us.
All right.
Or you're going to jail.
Here I go.
Splits, you can do them.
Ah!
Well, you
I
just
was
cleanly
wrong.
split in half.
Yeah.
Completely. Well, he just...
I was right.
Yep.
I knew it wouldn't fit in the frame.
Well, you've shut your life away, kid. Time to go to jail. Well, kid, you got the goods.
You think of me being somewhere else now?
That
Oh,
was that-
sorry. 2020.
God damn it!
I pulled a-
I don't know what's happening.
I pulled a classic accompanist maneuver and forgot to ding for the first 90 seconds or so.
Oh, improv! Oh!
That's me, baby.
That's okay.
Live theater.
I
when
always
you
get caught up with the scene, and then it's like, oh,
the
that's right, I
compelling-
have this other thing I gotta do.
It's the compelling drama of it,
That's right, yeah.
right? Yeah.
The other thing is that we're so much meaner to one another when we know that we may be in the scene.
Hmm.
Because I've made
yeah.
Davis repeat like
Unspeakable things.
unspeakable things.
Just over and over. We're like the cruelty that binds this troop together.
Woo!
Just gives us that special something.
I mean, that's classic Del Close stuff, just like
Exactly. Just
really intimidate and
weird
torture your teammates, yeah.
Be cruel to be kind of funny.
or just cruel.
Just
Del
scroll.
Close, Nick Lowe. Yeah,
Yeah. Get it together.
That's okay.
Okay, Nicola. No. All right, we got another game coming up. This is a new one on the Zoom. Lizzie, you want to intro the next game on our list? It's called Questions Only. If you can
Who,
just
me?
set up the basic rules like that.
Well, sometimes in life, all you can do is ask questions. Like in Questions, the improv, where each of us will be forced to only ask questions and make it make sense and not repeat. Honestly, I forgot the specific rules, but there are. You can't. You can't be a lazy questioner. You have
Can I be a lazy questioner?
Hello.
What are you talking about, Carrie?
You
How
gotta get
dare
some.
you?
Oh, your suggestion for the scene is.
Our suggestion for the scene is what? Carrie, please. What? Our suggestion for the scene.
What? I could look at the
I'm in the chat.
couldn't
Yeah.
I could look at the
Yes.
chat. Methinks? No, that would be a statement.
More
And
than
I
that,
think
you should look at the chat.
We're gonna go with dragon shit shoveler.
Dragon shit shoveler.
Dragon
The
shit
scene
shoveler.
begins with dragon shit shoveler.
Did you get a load of that latest load?
Which one?
Do you know what the green one's name is?
Are you referring to Fred?
Is he the one with the gold wings?
Yes, he is.
She's out.
Get out!
You've been asking about Fred?
He's the dragon that has the really, really hot fire, right?
He's the sweetest dragon.
Is anybody gonna let me know about Fred?
I heard you were looking for me.
That's not a question.
So why does everybody always eventually leave this job?
Do you know which dragon is which?
How the fuck am I supposed to know?
Has anyone ever taught you how to tell them apart?
Do I look like the kind of guy that with the dragon stool?
Wasn't that a requirement for the job?
Indeed.
Did he do that thing where he read the job requirements and only fit 60% of them but applied anyway because he's a man?
What?
Is Fred the one with the green wings?
Why are you obsessed with Fred?
Would you believe it's because I'm in love with him?
Who the fuck are you? I think Jacob already asked that.
Have you ever smelt a dragon's shit before?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Are you the guy who's gonna tell me which dragon is Fred?
Are you asking politely?
Are you aware of the phenomenon that happens when a woman smells a dragon in heat's feces?
Do I look like I do? Fuck it.
Has nobody heard of this magical phenomenon? Does anybody
Are you
here
messing
know
with
about the
people?
lore of love?
Are you messing with people here?
Why would I mess with anyone?
Haven't you noticed all the crying ex-employees?
Did I do that?
Don't you feel bad about yourself now?
Should I feel bad for being in love with a dragon because I smelled his shit and it ignited a deep, deep desire inside of me? Is this bordering on bestiality?
Wouldn't you know it?
What are you still doing out here?
You had it. You had it.
Yeah, you're out! Suck it! I mean,
over the bestiality line a little bit too far? Are we getting meta with this now?
Which bestiality line are you referring to?
Is there a special bestiality line for fantasy creatures?
How could you not know that?
Someone looking for the special bestiality line?
Is that the one for fantasy creatures? Is it different than for regular kinds of reptiles?
Does it matter?
Are dragons reptiles?
Do you want bestiality or not? It's right.
What kind of question is that?
Does anyone ever want bestiality, or do they just kind of stumble into it?
Is that weird?
Is this a line for the fecal-reality line?
Oh, is it?
Do you want to smell the dragon shit and take the curse off of me?
Is that what the scene was about?
Can I copulate with dragon feces here?
Can you define copulate?
Are we drawing the line anywhere?
Is this the shit line or the bestiality line that we're trying?
I'm gonna go wrap it up and I'll let you know.
Do you think the scene's done?
Should I make a statement? Yeah.
Yes, and?
I cannot kill a dragon. Only creepy questions can kill a dragon.
You guys, I played a lot of King's Cup in college. And I wanted to stay sober, so.
You know, I talked about how this show's free earlier. You know the other reason I mentioned this? There are other ways besides how I mentioned to support us.
Is it because, Davis, you want to justify the fact that the last scene was about having sex with shit?
Is it,
Dragons!
Do you think
At
that
least
should
it
be?
wasn't Nazi.
you know, if this is the thing
You
that
feel okay about offering that?
I feel
Not charging
Yeah.
for it.
I feel okay about that, but I will.
doesn't want to pay for that type of comedy.
That's yeah.
But if you do,
Yeah.
in addition to any of our Venmo or Eventbrite ways of donating, we also have merch. I think, Ben, we have a commercial for that.
It's true, you're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Hello, and welcome to Science Theater. You see, I'm part of a unique, elite set of scientists who, tired of poor endings and bad punchlines, decided to run a series of tests. What did we find? We found it. What is it? It, besides a novel by Stephen King, is a marvelous ending. The perfect ending. Yes, the perfect ending to any scene. Now, I hate to try and improve upon near perfection, but it is just near perfection. And so, please enjoy this recounting of the marvelous tale, also by Stephen King, Misery. Annie Wilkes is portrayed by the inimitable Kathy Bates 30 years ago, but this time with the perfect ending.
What? I can't hear you.
I know you've been out.
What?
You've been out of your room.
No, I haven't.
Paul, my little ceramic penguin in the study always faces due south.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is this what you're looking for? I know you've been out twice, Paul. At first, I couldn't figure out how you did it. But last night, I found your key. I know I left my scrapbook out, and I can't imagine what you might be thinking. But you see, Paul, it's okay. Last night, it came so clear. I realize you just need more time. Eventually, you'll come to accept the idea of being here. Paul, do you know how the early days at the Kimberly Diamond Mine? Do you know about the early days of the Kimberly Diamond Mine? Do you know what they did to the native workers who stole diamonds? Don't worry. They didn't kill them. That would be like junking a Mercedes just because it has a broken spring. No. If they caught them, they had to make sure they could go on working. But they also had to make sure they could never run away. The operation was called hobbling.
Annie, whatever you're thinking about, don't do it.
Oh, now don't fuss, Paul.
Why would I run away? I'm a writer, Annie. I'm a writer. It's all I am, and I've never written this well. Even you said that this was my best, didn't you?
Didn't you?
Didn't you? Why would I leave a place where I'm doing my best work? Wouldn't make any sense.
Shh, darling, trust me. It's for the best.
No, please. Please, no.
I also don't know.
Almost done. Just one more.
The other foot.
God, I love you.
Check, please. Ugh. That's it. That's the perfect ending. Science has proven it. And thank you to that scientist who did all that great research that we could pass on to you. But you know, what else we've got is a spectacular stand-up comic who's been waiting in the wings just to come up and bring you some of his patented style. Grant Lyon, come on up.
Hey, boy, we have been on a real journey tonight, guys.
Yeah.
We had dragon feces, we had misery endings. But I'm happy to be part of this. I don't understand why some people don't like the masks and stuff like that. Because I think when I have a mask on, I look way different than this mustache makes me look, right? And it's the funniest thing in the world. Like, I feel like people just see me and they go, "Oh, that's a nice young fella," and then I take it off and they're like, "Oh my god, oh no, what has he done?" You know, it's like I'm like your Midwest dad, you know, who like rides his dirt bike to work. You know, I'm just like your nerdy neighbor who's banging your mom. You know. Honestly, I mean, you can see this right here. I have crutches right there. I'm not BSing you that I had major knee surgery like 3 weeks ago. I tore my ACL and my meniscus and had to get major surgery. And my favorite thing about going to get surgery is that every time I had met with my surgeon, I had a mask on. So she had no idea that this was going to happen. And I legitimately was like, man, you know how like people have to write like on their leg, like not this leg or this is, I was like, I'm going to have to write on my forehead, like I'm the right person. Just, you're going to be so shocked. And I'm not exaggerating. This is one of my favorite things that's ever happened in my life. She called me, my surgeon called me the day after my surgery just to like, check in on me. The very first thing she said was, wow, that mustache was a real shock when you got in the operator. Like it really, she was like, boy, that really threw me off like for a second there. And I don't really remember any of this because I'm like on drugs. She was like, yeah, after surgery, we high-fived and you said, call me Mr. Mustache. That was the anesthesia talking. Yeah, I just can't. I think it's so funny that she had no idea. She was like, man, if I had known you better, I would have shaved it off while you were under the drugs, but I didn't do it. I'm somebody, obviously, I've like been a comedian for a long time, and I'm somebody that jokes around, and I think I probably do it even more during times of stress, right? Because it's like how I get through that sort of stuff. And in a serious situation like surgery, when you joke around, people either like fully jump on board or fully have no idea how to react to you one bit. Like the day before my surgery, one of the nurses called me and she was like going through the like requirements and what I had to do. And she was like, okay, you got to stop eating at midnight tonight before the surgery, but you can drink clear liquids up until 5 a.m. And clear liquids are like water, apple juice. And I stopped her and I was like, whoa. You're telling me that I can have an all-night apple juice party? And she had no idea how to react. She was like, well, yes, that would be within the rules. You are allowed to have an all-night apple juice party. And I was like, oh, sweet, man. I've been wanting to have an all-night apple juice party. Would you come to my all-night apple juice party? And she was like, you want me to join the party? And I was like, yeah, it's going to be a huge party. We're going to drink apple juice until 5 a.m. And she was like, well, normally I'm asleep at that time because I have to be in for work early. Boy, there's like no sense of humor at all. She just was like, well, yes, no, I you're allowed to do that. I think that you should have fun with your all-night apple juice party, but I probably won't be part of it. And then, on the other end of the spectrum, the nurse that was there when I like went in the morning to have surgery, I walk in and she's like, all right, what are we doing for you today? And I was like, oh, you're giving me a new name. You're giving me a new knee. And I want you to make it sexy. And she was like, okay, we can do that. And I was like, oh yeah, you got it? She was like, hey, Kathy, he getting a new knee and he wants it sexy. She was like yelling and telling everybody else. She was like, I like this boy. I like this boy. All right. It was just great to like have that energy right before I went in. I tore my knee playing soccer like the last, I think it was like February 28th. So it was right before the pandemic hit and everything got shut down. So like I just had to spend the whole pandemic just not being able to walk very much and stuff like that. Yeah, it was real rough, and I have health insurance. And when I like hurt myself, I called my health insurance and I was like, hey, how much would it be if I like went to the emergency room? And they were like, oh, it's like you have a $7,000 deductible. And I was like, oh, so I don't have health insurance. Yeah, how that works. Before Obamacare, before the Affordable Care Act, I never even had health insurance because I have asthma. It's a pre-existing condition. It's not that big a deal, but they wouldn't give me, like they wanted to charge me like $1,000 a month for healthcare. They were like, we can't afford you. You have asthma. You're going to die at any moment. I was like, no, dude, I'm like just not great around horses, Like, if somebody has their birthday party at medieval times, I'm not going to go. I'll be okay. I think the healthcare system in this country is flawed. And I think that because I constantly see billboards for hospitals. Have you ever noticed that? There are billboards for hospitals all the time. And that's bullshit because that means they see us more like customers and less like patients.
Amen.
Why are they advertising to us? I also don't understand who these billboards are for, you know? Like, I think we all have the same rule. If something terrible happens, the closest hospital wins. You know? I'm never gonna get shot and be like, oh, I prefer to go to Mercy General. I love their billboard campaign of a smiling doctor holding an Asian baby. Take the 405 freeway north for 16 miles. Exit 35, changing medicine, changing lives. I'll say one last thing, and then I'll give it back to you guys. But insurance in general is just it's just so frustrating. It's such a frustrating world. Because another thing that happened to me not too long ago, a drunk driver hit my car while I was asleep at like 2 in the morning. I was like asleep in my apartment. My car was parked on the street. Drunk driver hit it, then flipped his car in the middle of the street. And still the insurance company called me and was like, you know, they always do this thing where they like try to like catch you in a lie and blame it on you. Even they were like, where were you driving? And I was like, hey, I was not driving. I wasn't driving. My car was parked. And they were like, oh, okay. Well, did you come to a complete stop when you were driving? And I was like, hey, are you listening to me? I wasn't driving. I was asleep. And they were like, oh, you were asleep when you were driving? Swear to God, I'm going to fight all of you. I got a copy of the police report because I just wanted to see what it was. The drunk driver told the police he had had 12 beers. That's the number he came down to lie to the cops. You get how drunk you have to be to say 12? Like, that means that guy was like, well, I can't say 20, right? That seems crazy. I can't say 20. That seems, I mean, what should I say? I feel like I should say 12, right? I mean, they sell them in 12 packs, right? They make them in 12. I want you to drink 12. All right, I'm going to go with 12. How many did I drink? 12. Nailed it. All right, well, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for having me. This is a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Grant.
Thank you, Grant.
All right.
Woo. Thank you, Grant. Thanks so much. Man, yeah, lying about how much you've been drinking. That's 12 is in the future, everyone. Choose an odd number. It's more believable. That was really good timing with the music. Hi, so Grant, everybody clap at your own houses for Grant. We're really happy to have him here. He will also be back a little bit later to have a brief conversation with us before our long form. But before we get into that, we have another game called Playbook. Now, I love this game. The great thing about Playbook is that there are some really amazing playwrights who wrote really, really beautiful plays where multiple people talk to each other. They have lines that they say to one another and it works really well. So what we're going to do is take one person who's going to improv a scene and then the other person has to respond with only lines from the well-written play. And so, yeah, I think that Jacob and Daniel will probably be pretty good at that. Jacob and Daniel?
Yes.
You guys want to do that? You down?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Does one of you have a play here? I've got a play right here. I can hand it to you, Jacob.
Yeah. Sure.
You want it?
Yeah.
There you go. There.
Thank you very
Got
much.
it?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
good.
Wow. Cover
Classic
changed.
theater. Very nice.
I
Well,
believe
looks
it's
like
pronounced theater.
Oh, excuse me. The classic
Oh.
theater.
You know, one thing I also really like about classic plays is that they've got a lot of things that happen. I guess if it happened now, you'd call it news.
Huh.
You know, sorry, I love being on camera and I love the audience. So I'm just going to take this one moment to just say something to them. Audience, if if you have any news headlines that you could think of that would be inspired by some of your favorite plays or movies or comic books or whatever, why don't you pop them in the chat? Pop them in the chat for me. Give me a little something to keep me warm at night. And Daniel, Jacob, I'll fuck off and let you guys do it.
Very good. Well, since there are 6 plays in here, I think it'd be a little weird just to start from the beginnings. Daniel, could you tell me maybe when to stop?
Yeah, sure. Stop now.
All right, there we go. And we should get a prompt for this, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Might I suggest Messing with People? The name of track 8 from Grant's comedy album Scheduled Fun Time.
Messing with people.
Messing with People.
Very good.
Messing with people. It's a small pleasure in life I derive.
The dunce.
The dance, yes. Sometimes you go in, you gotta size a person up before you figure out how you're gonna mess with them. Sometimes you gotta go in nice and soft like your friend. Sometimes it's good to just get in there all aggressive like.
No. Oh.
Hey, not every technique's for everybody, but I tell you, it works. It works.
Very well. He will do in Madame's name and by your order.
Here we go. You're a smart kid. You got a lot of talent. You got an eye for picking people out. So I feel like I should challenge you a little bit.
Huh? Well, what a turmoil. It's a portrait of me.
That's right. Like a Skywalker before us, you have to challenge yourself. You can't mess with people if they can mess with you back. You gotta kill that part of you inside that cares about yourself.
Shortly, I think I will make myself known to you.
Starting with the short joke, I like it. Yeah, tell yourself that you're a shorty.
Oh, go.
You want a little privacy? Yeah, I gotta be here to see it, but I'll stand in the corner.
Oh, you mock. It's evident, at least, that in this bookkeeper you have the man of taste.
Yeah, really. Oh man, your gift of gab is astounding. Really, just sell it. Sometimes people, they don't like it when you can speak smarter than them.
Your observation is correct.
Wait a second. You think you're speaking smarter than me?
Yes, I do.
All right then, shorty.
I was told that you wish to speak with me about a certain something.
Yeah. I was gonna start a branch in the East Coast, and I thought you would be a good person to take it up.
How blind you are.
I'm starting to get the picture. You're thinking that maybe you could take what's mine is what I'm getting.
I'll say no more, but wait for stronger proofs.
Oh, I got stronger proofs right here, buddy.
Well, I stand utterly corrected. I fully perceive my error.
That's what I tell you. Sometimes aggression gets it done.
But then why cry out if I uttered a single word? Is there anything the matter with you?
Yeah. My man's called. Tell me my paps is passing away, and Well, he never saw this business of mine as much of a business. I mean, yeah, it doesn't bring in any money. People don't really pay you to make fun of people. Well, sometimes they do, like higher ups against other CEOs and CFOs and whatever that they have to interact with. They do enjoy video of that every once in a while, and they do pay you for that. But the common people, they don't see the service that I provide and how it is necessary for the overall health and welfare of their own consciousness.
Nonsense. Nonsense. Oh. You poor man.
It's good to have someone that can listen in your life every once in a while.
What can I do?
Run my branch in the East Coast. It's a small office location right now. But I think if you can make it in the East Coast, you can show the value. It's cutthroat. People are really good at cutting people down over there. But I think you got it. I think you got what it takes.
Oh no, I don't know if I could use that.
Use it. Put your dukes up. Show me some aggression.
Yes. Yes. Yes, perhaps. I will declare myself.
Yeah. Yeah, declare it. Yeah, declare it.
Yes. Okay. I come and I beg your protection. Will you come with me?
Yeah. I'll help you set up. I'll help you get in your first fight, kid.
I will not fail you.
You better not, you short pansy.
The end. Drama. Dramatiques.
Dramatique.
The immortal bard.
Won't you?
Hey, what's up, everybody? So next up, we're going to do a little game called Newscasters, and what that's going to entail is we're going to have some news hosts in the form of Davis Banta and Carrie Browde, and they're going to be reading out some headlines that we got from the chat, from you people in the chat, and they're going to be going to the field and experts and things like that to talk about those taglines, those news-worthy taglines that you gave them.
Take it away. I'm Trent Muncher,
And I'm Amanda Hardstark.
and these are tonight's stories.
Politics, baby.
That's right. What are they saying?
Well, Brent, if that is your real name.
It's not.
The last I heard is that a poor dad was hung in closet by mama. That's just awful. I think it's time for us to go to our man on the street. We have a man on the street? By the closet? Is there a man in the closet?
We're going to our closet cam now.
We're going to our closet cam, right?
Sorry.
There we are.
Hello.
Tell us all about it.
I'm in the closet, and to be completely honest, I don't think I'm in the right place. Could you tell me what the hell I'm here for? Please.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh.
You were cutting out because you're in the closet.
Uh-huh.
Are you in the closet where the dad was hung?
Oh, yes, I'm here, and this is a very tall closet. Now, we have to say that the things that we have gathered here are that this man has impeccable taste in clothing design, and or did, at least, sadly, very dead.
All right.
We've been told that he has a wife and a child who have not been seen since this horrible scene has taken place, probably out playing the squash.
Now, Thurgood.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what was that about squash?
They are still out playing squash because they're rich. They're rich folk.
Oh, they're rich. They're rich. I
Yes.
see. Now, Thurgood, I have a question. The news we were given is that he was hung by Mama. Now, was that his mother, the mother of his child, or a woman just known as Mama?
Mama is the pet. It's the pet. They have some sort of Komodo dragon. That seems it's just kind of waiting outside the door for me. But it's wearing a maid's kind of outfit, and I've been told that it's usually a very nice creature.
I see. Thurgood, whatever you do, don't smell that Komodo dragon's shit.
Okay, well we'll still be stuck here until
Thurgood, I'm sorry to cut you off. Have fun in that closet. We've just got breaking news in, and we have to cut to that right now. Sorry about that. We will hope that he is okay, but we won't really know. The next story is all across America, people are asking, who's the Browde?
Who is that Browde? And what brought her here?
We are not familiar with this Browde as of press time. She seems like a fresh face in this joint. People have theories, the regulars have their theories on perhaps who this Browde is and where she came from. I believe we have one of the regulars who is willing to speak to us right now about his theories on just who exactly that Browde is. Yeah, Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now
So this
you
Browde,
are
right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the Browde, she walks in, right? She walks in. She goes up to the bar. She orders a drink. She sits down.
Would you say like she owns the place?
No, I mean she was a little timid at first, but once she
Okay.
got the drink, then yeah, like the place was owned.
Now, Taylor, can you describe the apparel that this woman had on?
Oh, like a pink sweater, blue jeans, a lot of like necklacey type stuff,
Jewelry. So you'd say she was asking for it.
Whoa, and I don't know if I would say that, she came in probably looking for a drink, but I gotta say, I think she's a time traveler.
A time traveler. A compelling theory. Anything to back that up, or just wild speculation?
Well, come on.
Come on, indeed. Well, come on. Perhaps a time traveler. Perhaps we may never know who the Browde is, but we will do our best to get to the bottom of this story.
Broads everywhere and not a drop to drink. Am I right, Brecht?
That's right. Yeah, that's still not my real name, but you'll never guess it. And if you do, you'll have to repeat it 3 times to make me go away.
Well, the last time I repeated something 3 times, a very strange man appeared, but not as strange as what's happened with our neighbors across the way, across the canal, if you might, over in the Nordic area
Denmark?
of the world. Yes, that is exactly where I'm talking about. Did you hear? The Fresh Prince of Denmark. Fresh no longer. A son mourning his father's death.
Sad story.
Very sad story.
So this prince was at one time fresh in the bloom of his youth, but due to the death of his father, no longer so?
No longer so. Now, in fact, we have a source close to both the prince and his deceased father. I'm sorry, he's not a ghost, is he? Oh, he just talks to ghosts. This man talks to ghosts.
Sounds like news. Let's get him on the show. Is he coming on the show? I thought that. Yeah, there he goes.
How you going? Hi.
Hello there. Now, we've heard that you talk to ghosts, and you may have, in fact, been the last person to talk to the king while he was alive, and also the first to talk to him after he was post-deceased.
Yeah, this is correct. Yes. So you want to know some information?
Yeah, yes, that would be excellent.
So we're just giving the news out for free nowadays?
Brock,
Look,
can we give this
we'll
man
come to
some
the
sort of
table.
like
All right.
swag bag or
Yeah,
something?
we'll send you a swag bag if you can
Thanks.
give us an eyewitness story to what occurred to make this Fresh Prince stale.
Well, so you see, what happened was, I was over at the house, right? I was over at the house. I've got a whole lot of ghost friends, and they said, yeah, they were sitting on bed. They said, I bet you can't talk to ghosts, and I said, yes, I can. And they said, no, you can't. And I said, yes, I can. It was like a bunch of no, you can't, and yes, I can. Until we got drunk enough. Until I say they said, okay, I can prove it, and I may or may not have murdered this young prince so that I could show him that I could talk to the dead people, because otherwise.
So is that another story breaking? Because his father has died, and now you think you're asserting that you have murdered the prince?
Well,
That is fascinating.
Murder on news show. You heard it here first.
I just want my fucking bag.
Well, you'll
We'll
get the
send you a
cops
Starbucks
instead.
gift card.
There we go. He'll get his swag in prison. Our final story of the night: flush him down the toilet. That's what people. That's
Flush
what people.
him
Write down.
right down. Flush him. Flush him indeed. Blank. Sorry.
No, fine. You go ahead. No, I guess you do the story now. I guess it's your story. That's fine. I was introing it, but you can do it. You know so much about it.
Berkshire. Is this about our shared wall?
I can hear everything. I can hear everything. I can hear when you flush things down the toilet. That's a lot. I don't know what you're flushing. That's actually the story. I just stop flushing so often.
Well, Berkshire, if you must know, everybody poops. Except for people with colostomy bags.
You heard it here first, folks. Everyone. That's the news. Until next time, my name isn't Berkshire, but you can't get me to tell you what it is.
And I'm Amanda Hardstark.
Good evening. Let's shuffle some papers.
I just smile. I don't have a good comeback line.
Where did these feathers? There we go, folks. I started taking off my earphones for no reason. I was like, that's done. Let me shed the character, as it were. But no. All right. That was fun. That's a new game, but I want to thank again Ben for a lot of snazzy production value added to that. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the details on that. Ben does a great job producing this show. And we've got another, just a quick promo for upcoming. We'll mention this at the end as well. We have another show next Thursday, of course, our regular one, but we also have a holiday show. If any of you caught our Halloween show last month, it's going to be in that style, based kind of inspired by holidays and classic media and sketches and things that you know about from that. And tickets are going to be $5 to $10. We do have the link up there. That will also be in the comments or the chat. But that will be December 18th. Tickets are on sale now, and stay tuned to our Facebook for more updates about that. All right?
And Davis, you mentioned earlier that 20% of our donations from all shows, or people just giving us money because they're nice, go to a charity every month.
That's absolutely
Did I
true.
hear that? It just so happens that I know what this month's charity is.
I was hoping you'd tell us.
It's Second Harvest Food Bank.
That's
Second
awesome.
Harvest is an amazing, amazing program, and they provide food and other items actually to people in need in the Santa Cruz County and I believe surrounding areas. They are not currently accepting live volunteers, I'm pretty sure, because I checked this morning, but they may have changed that. We're in a little bit of a weird situation, but you can give us money and we'll give them money, and that makes everyone happy.
Awesome. Thank you, Carrie. That's fantastic. So anything you donate, 20% of that will go to Second Harvest Food Bank if you feel so moved. We're moving on to the last section of tonight's show. This is the long form where we will have recurring characters and a bit of a through line story, whereas before it's just lots of isolated single characters. It's going to be inspired by a brief conversation with our special guest comedian, Grant Lyon.
Hello.
Hey, Grant. Oh, the people. You got to give the people what they want.
I will say, if I was a more committed performer, one of the things I'm always jealous with, like, improvisers and sketch is you guys do a bunch of like costume changes and stuff like that, and I'm just like me all the time. If I was a more committed performer, I would have come back with not a mustache right now.
Yeah. I did that during a show. I did that during a show. I had a quarantine beard, and between stuff, I just shaved it off bit by bit, and I didn't mention it at all until people noticed.
That's so awesome. I love that.
We'll put a link to that show in the chat too.
There's always the prop comedian route. I mean, have you considered, perhaps a Gallagher or a Gallagher 2 situation?
I pointed to my crutch, so that was as much as
there you go. Yeah,
you're on your way.
Yeah.
We're gonna just chat a little bit with Grant. If any of you has specific questions you want us to ask to get a little more conversation going in any way, just type it in the chat and we'll work that in. I'm just gonna start off with because we didn't get that much time to mention it. We mentioned your album, of course, Scheduled Fun Time, which came out last year. Congrats on that. That's very exciting.
I appreciate it.
Is this your first album or?
It's my first album on a major label, so I kind of consider it my first album. I made an album in like 2010 when I was still pretty young and new because I wanted something to sell on the road, and I stand behind like maybe 15 minutes of that album, of that 45-minute album. But this one's really good.
Nice. So, that's really exciting. That can be found on like Amazon, Spotify, any standard place you go for music or audio entertainment. Check that out. Scheduled Fun Time.
It's all over. Hit #1 on the comedy chart.
That's so awesome, dude. I'm so happy for you. And you,
cool for us.
You also have this is really cool, a board game that you designed and workshopped, and it just came out like a couple months ago or a month ago?
It came out last week. It came out last Wednesday.
It's called Curmudgeon, right?
Yes, yeah. And it is, if you are creative, obviously you guys, but if anybody is watching it, I think it's a great game for creative people because it's a game that provides you like a framework, like a structure, but you get to bring a lot of your own creativity to the game. I'm somebody that doesn't want to play something like a Cards Against Humanity, not only because it's like offensive, but also because it's just kind of boring,
they're all pre-written.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I think people who are actually funny think that is sometimes boring because it's like, well, I don't have any agency here. So the way my game works is like you have keyword cards and you're like putting them together and making up insults and then throwing them down on people's life cards. So the way I like to think about it is it's kind of like Mad Libs for silly insults.
Nice. Yeah. Are you in fact a curmudgeon?
No, I am not.
Davis is.
Yeah. I'm like I'm like, my general demeanor is pretty happy. I mean, comedians always make fun of me for that. They're like, man, you're too happy to be a comedian. I'm like, nothing's terrible has happened to me. I'm sorry.
What was your biggest childhood trauma?
We'd like to ask guests this.
Honestly, biggest childhood trauma was growing up in the religion Christian Science, where you can't take any medicine.
All right.
And yet I had asthma, and my mom gave me an inhaler when I was like 5 and told me I wasn't allowed to tell anybody.
Good job, Mom.
Yeah, so I had to sneak around. Like I went to a Christian Science elementary school where I would like, I was worried that people would find out I had an inhaler, so I would go stand on the toilet seat in the bathroom stall to like take puffs of my inhaler. So
it's like you're sneaking away to smoke outside the school.
Yeah, totally.
Just the opposite. You're trying to breathe.
I know, that's the thing. It's like I was a drug addict, but my drug of choice was like staying alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your drug of choice today?
My drug of choice? Oh, my favorite drug is mushrooms. for sure.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, it's like I don't need to like. I'm in my 30s. I don't need to party, but I do want to learn some stuff. You know. So
Life is the party, man.
Yeah, totally. You know, you get to see, like, you get to figure out things about, and also I think, you know, a drug like mushrooms is a nice drug for somebody who is like a generally happy person, because it doesn't really ever get dark for me. Like the first time I ever did mushrooms,
that's good.
I stared into a mirror and everybody's like, you can't stare into a mirror. Like, don't do that. And I was like, man, it was a great experience. I was seeing like forests in my chest hair, and like I was like, man, my eyes are really beautiful. You know? It's nice. Yeah.
Do you think that could make a good board game?
Yeah, totally.
Or maybe you could even design a board game to be played while on mushrooms to support and make people focus.
Yeah, I know.
What was the first board game you played on mushrooms?
Oh, probably Codenames. Codenames is a great game, and it's probably I've probably played that game on a lot of different things because I played that game a lot throughout the years. You know,
It's a really great game.
It's one of my favorites.
Yes, did you have any other so I know you're a board game fan. Were there any other models or inspirations you had when you're like trying to set the rules? I don't know what the process is for how you go from starting to design a board game to like the finished product.
Well, I mean, a lot of what the process is playtesting it. You have to do a ton of stuff where you're like getting people together, and it starts really broad. It starts just like, let's play, and like, what did you like and what didn't you like? And then as you start figuring it out and figuring out the experience, it gets to a point where you're like, all right, we're going to play an entire game with this rule, and then we're going to change one thing about it and play the entire game with one rule change. Which one did you like better? And you're just trying to figure out the minutia of it. And I was very lucky because, you know, I have so many comedian friends. So early on, a lot of the playtesters that were playtesting the game were other comics, you know, who are just smart, intelligent, funny people with a lot of ideas. So like, there's a bunch of ideas in the game that came from a comedian friend that was playtesting that was like, have you ever thought about that? And it's like, oh man, that's a great idea.
They're probably willing to critique something.
Totally. Especially if you ask them to. They're like, oh yeah, I will tell you what's wrong.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I sound really great. You should fire all of them and hire us instead.
Yeah, for sure. I would love it. I mean, I definitely will be doing more games. And so if you guys ever wanted to in the future, I'd love to have
That'd be awesome. I actually might like to pick your brain sometime about, I have a game I want to design, but I'm not like a board game guy. I just have the intent.
Yeah, totally.
So,
well, I mean, so much
bored.
of anything is just following through, right?
Yeah.
You just gotta do it.
Yeah. Awesome. That's so exciting. We definitely got to get a copy of this game. Keep it going. And I look forward to, like, when you get another game, keep in contact. We'll love to promo any of that. And people can get it on, like, Amazon or other things, but also they can get it from Curmudgeon. We have, a link.
You can go to curmudgeongame.com, and then on there you'll find links to buying it on Amazon, or if you'd rather buy local, you can find a link to buying it straight from the publisher and
Fantastic.
Various different things like that.
That's awesome.
So we can't buy the game directly from curmudgeongame.com, but we can buy it directly from the publisher and bypass Amazon.
Yes.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah. So on curmudgeongame.com there are various buy buttons, and we literally specifically put a buy button and then a buy on Amazon button, so you know how to avoid it if you don't want to find Jeff Bezos's pockets. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Awesome.
And it, obviously we went to college together, Davis. But
yeah, that's how I know you.
I know. But
Wait.
What embarrassing story
UCSC,
can you tell us
right?
about,
Yeah.
David?
I don't have any embarrassing stories. I'm just trying to.
Damn it.
Do you remember how we actually met? I don't. I'm trying to remember.
So I don't know that we had
Theater?
classes like together as classmates, but you came and talked to a stand-up comedy class that Doug Hoskelaw was teaching.
Yeah, because I was already doing stand-up when I was in college. So.
Yeah. So you were like the working comic, and you came in and did a set, and we asked you questions. We asked you questions like this about like, how does this work? What are the things?
I was the TA for a few of those stand-up comedy classes. Actually, it was pretty fun. You know, I had like office hours where people could come in, and I would try to like help them write jokes.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's great to go full circle and have you like back on now on a show that I'm still doing stuff, even if it's in this weird Zoom thing. And yeah,
this is a weird year, but it's great that you guys are staying creative.
For sure. Likewise. Alrighty. I think we'll take little bits and pieces of all of this and make some kind of little long form, and we'll go from there. Thanks, Grant. We've had our links to curmudgeongame.com and everything up on the YouTube, and you can feel free to hit us up or Grant at his social media that we put up as well, Grant Lyon 1. It's both for his Twitter and his Instagram. And Grant, just to start off the scene, to give us another variable, give us a scene, whatever, a location for us to start this long form scene. Any location.
Shopping for stocking stuffers at a Hallmark.
Shopping for stocking stuffers at a Hallmark. All right. Away we go.
Jealous of kids. Don't want kids.
Hello, ma'am. Can I help you?
Obsessed. Hi. Yeah, you know, I have some nieces and nephews, and I'm looking for stocking stuffers for them. I'm a little concerned about these Precious Moments figures.
Sure. A lot of people are. Yeah, I get that question a lot. Yeah.
They're pretty disturbing.
Is it the poses?
Yeah, that and also just the general like are they based on Christian Science?
They're based on family members. Yeah. My family, relatives' family, and yeah, we have a lot of Christian Scientists in there. That's why you see the one with the asthma inhaler in the bathroom. And see the door opens. It's actually a little movable thing. The door opens and you see him with the inhaler.
Oh, cute. Yeah,
struggling to breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. I know his he looks a little young to have that kind of mustache.
Some people just get them young.
Yeah, that's what I told my sister and my other sister. Anyway, so stocking stuffers. I guess my family's decided that they want me to be in charge of these stockings for these children because I don't show enough interest in their lives. And I mean, they're about like 3 or 12. I don't know. There's 4 of them.
That's a good 3 or 12. Yeah. You'd average it at a guesstimate about 4 or.
Yeah, I mean, like we'd say I like to round down, so let's say 12.
Okay, we'll call it 12. Sure. So about 12. And now, how many? This is 2. Niece and nephew. You said
There's 4 children.
4 children. Okay, great.
2 nieces, 2 nephews. It's
2 nieces, 2 nephews. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But these the figurines of like the little boy struggling to breathe in the bathroom and these other things. These are a little too intense. They're not really.
No, I don't like them because they're a little bit too wholesome. I feel like it's my duty to really get in there and just, shake things up.
Oh, that's great. Well, we have now these aren't really items, but these might be nice things to go with whatever you stock the stuffings. These cards are filled with insults. If you want to take a look at that one.
Oh.
Is something wrong with your face? Because
you look like Anne Frank does now. Wow, that's wildly offensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I see another one?
Oh, yeah. Here's another one. How do I know it's your last birthday? It says. And it says.
Oh, because I put onions in the meatloaf.
This is for people. This is for people who are allergic to onions, like to a definite degree. You can fill in. You can substitute it with any kind of food allergy.
Any allium? Oh, any food.
Yeah, any kind of thing that makes them allergic. You can personalize it. We're about the personal touch here at Hallmark.
I have a question. my younger sister. She's dating a guy who's a general manager at the Olive Garden, and he's a real dick about it. Do you have any anti-Italian jokes?
Oh, sure. Why don't you give him this card? Cut to her giving him that card.
Hey there, cutie. Welcome.
Hi, Austin.
Oh.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you're not my brother-in-law yet, but I thought that I'd give you this card.
Oh. Well, thank you very much. Can I? Is it okay? Can I read it right now?
Oh my God, please do.
Okay.
You're the general manager. You make the decisions, right?
Well, kind of. Let me see here. Okay.
What a jerk.
Austin. Fuck you.
No, but read the quippy little bit where it read the quippy bit about
it
about
says to be read in an Italian accent. So should I put that on? I want to throw you against the wall like a spaghetti and watch you explode red. That's very rude. You greasy fucker. The text keeps getting smaller too, so it's like it's finding
I got it from Hallmark, and they're a little, so I added in what I thought could be a little bit more color.
Oh my God! You know what? You got real talent. I'm telling you, you gotta take these insults. You can insult people so. I for some reason still feel very like I love you. Like you have the face. You can tell somebody to go fuck their dog, and they just like will just probably do it if they have the inclination to do it.
Just go stick it in your Akita.
That's right.
Cut to some disgruntled staffers at the Olive Garden that work for Austin. Man, that Austin, what a fucking asshole, am I right? Thanks, Tiny Pete.
I mean, like, he always steals my tips, and we just hooked up that one time.
Just once. Yeah, like, you think you could be courteous and just hook up again, right?
And
then when you insult him, he's just like, oh, that's a really good talent you have for insulting. This fucking piece of shit. Turning our insult into a compliment back on us.
I mean, he always says to me, he's always like, oh, here's a tip, and then he like throws the change at me, and then like tells me, that I need to like wear a different shirt, which I don't know what he's talking about.
Right, Nick?
Yeah, man. For me, as for my issue with our boss, see, I've been playing this here piano here for nigh on 50 years. And this guy, I mean, I can play everything from Bach all the way up to Cole Porter.
So from B to C?
Exactly.
Great.
In the musical dictionary, my musical vocabulary, it's limited, but
it's alphabetized by first names.
Well, as you know, on the piano we only have A through G. So really, B and C, I've got like an eighth of the music right there.
And forget about it. Right?
Forget about it. What I'm saying with this guy, the breadth of my musical knowledge is so wide. But we're here at Olive Garden and we're a family. He wants me to play only the most cliched Italian songs I can possibly think of, like this one here.
Now it's in my head.
I want to shove a breadstick.
Oh, hey, Austin.
Hey, Austin.
I just heard my favorite song playing, so I had to come out here.
Yeah, Amanda, he
does it have the lyrics? Don't make a single lyrics. Don't make a single
lyrics. To show
lyrics.
you the card I got him.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, you got him a card? Oh, that's sweet.
Well, yeah, you guys are like getting married, aren't you?
I mean, yes.
Oh, Amanda.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be my brother.
They hooked up once, so yes.
Yeah, I mean, according to the rules of Christian Science,
hook up once. That's
hook
it.
Up once,
yeah.
And you're, the cow's coming home for the milk.
Yeah, cows come home to roost when you
Yep.
give them the juice, and
The
that's
chickens are
not a
driving in.
boost.
Yep. Chickens are driving in. Goats are herding the farmers. It's
Mountain goats are
Playing a song.
playing a song.
We all know the expressions. But,
God, I
yeah,
love the
so
mountain
we're-
goat song.
we got.
I don't.
I mean, Nick here could play it if.
Obviously.
Hey, good. It's not Italian though.
Wait, Amanda, you don't like the mountain goats?
No, we talked about this. I think they're stupid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think they're like moody and not that good. And I feel like a jerk when I listen to them, to be honest.
All right. Well, you know what?
What?
I was gonna throw this change at you and then tell you something, but I just
Checks out.
it doesn't feel. It just doesn't feel like me anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have a tip for me? Like last night, right?
Is that supposed to be a?
Oh, is that what I'm
Sex
supposed
joke?
to?
I'm gonna leave you with this card, Mandy, and I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go. I'll see you later at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
As
Probably.
for me, I'll be here in the corner playing my piano.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Nick.
Nick.
I guess I'll do something with the pasta.
Amanda,
Yes.
read. No, go ahead and read it. Read it.
Oh, okay.
Tell me what you think about it.
You got you so good. I love it. That should be our wedding invitation.
Hey, look at me.
Oh.
Do I look like the kind of guy who would steal a car and then, I don't know, drive it to somebody's house who's unrelated to them in any way possible and burn it, and then throw somebody else's hair inside of it, and then plant some, put some plant semen in a pot and watch it grow into a semen tree, and keep it next to that car until the car is lifted up by the semen tree in 40 years' time?
Wow. Before you said that, I would have said no. But now that you've said that so specifically, I have to say yes. Yeah, you did. You what? Did you?
No, but that's come on. That doesn't sound realistic, does it? You gotta be realistic here. That sounds absolutely
the manager
crazy.
didn't sound realistic, and here we are. So
It's a little bit different than growing a tree out of your semen. Can we agree with that?
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, my aunt invited
Mhm.
us to her house
Ugh,
tonight.
God. Okay.
Okay, and my
Mhm.
uncle.
Great. Is it Uncle Tony? I hate Uncle Tony.
You haven't met them before. Don't worry, Uncle. I know how much you hate Uncle Tony. He
Yeah,
might.
I really
he
do.
probably won't be there.
Good. God.
Hey, tonight, Amanda,
Mhm.
is going to be the most important night of your life. Guaranteed.
Great.
To Amanda and Becky's house. So what are you doing tonight?
Ugh, I have to go and meet another uncle. How many uncle and aunts does he have?
I don't know, and he's not even really Italian. He's like, he just works at the Olive Garden, Amanda. He's not really Italian. His family didn't come over from the old country. He's from Kansas.
Damn it. I always do this. I always confuse Kansas boys for Italians. How does this happen to me all the time? It's so frustrating.
Honey, I love you, but it's not just Italy. It's like that time you were dating that guy from the Outback Steakhouse and you thought he was really Australian,
Mhm.
but he was from North Dakota.
He was down under for me, though.
Yeah, he was, girl.
So how about you? Did you get those stocking stuffers? I know you got a card. I love the card, by the way.
The
So
card.
funny.
Did you see what I added
Mhm.
about kicking him in the meatballs?
So the sauce squirts out. I love it. I love it.
I totally forgot to get stocking stuffers for the kids because I was so busy writing
Damn
a
it.
weird insult card to your boyfriend.
Okay. We've talked about this. I am so stressed out planning this wedding. I hate my fiance, and all you have to do is get the fucking stocking stuffers. That's all you have to do. Please. Just do it. Just go back there.
Are they old enough to drink beer?
I mean,
Cut to the Hallmark place. Do we sell beer?
Yeah. You know, like fun beer, like
Like personalized beer or something with a Hallmark signature beer is your question, if we have that.
yes. And like maybe like got a fun flavor, or like, you know how you used to do like every year you'd have a different theme and you do like Marilyn Monroe ornaments or like London mate ornaments. Like, do you have beer like that? Like this year we're doing Monsters Inc. themed beer. I don't know,
Look,
man.
Lady, a fucking course we do. We're fucking Hallmark. We've got every goddamn thing you could ever want here. I feel insulted that I feel like you gave me one of our patented insult cards, implying by questioning that we didn't have this. Instead of just marching in and say, take me to the alcohol.
Yeah, I guess I just can't believe that the store equivalent of Vice President Mike Pence would have something as innovative as holiday themed beer.
I guess you don't know us all that well.
I guess I don't.
Maybe if you just spend a little more time here, you'd really get to know us.
Politics,
To know our
baby.
store. Politics, baby. But yeah,
Where's the beer aisle?
it's right here.
Okay, great.
That's the aisle I hang out in all day.
Can you just like pick out 12?
Yeah,
let's make
12 is the perfect amount.
it, let's make it 20 and I won't tell anyone.
I'll tell them it's 12.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Ah.
Unnamed employee.
Brad.
Sure.
Works
with
for
that.
me.
Cut to that evening at the sisters going to the aunts and the uncles and whatnot.
Got the stocking stuffers. I'll leave you two alone.
Man, I'm glad
she
you
just jumped.
came. Oh, you're not here yet.
Hello,
Just
we're
rushed
here.
out.
Hello.
hi.
Hey, I've been in the back seat this whole time. I was going to surprise you.
Well, weird things do happen around this time of night, around
They
this
sure do.
particular area.
Yep.
Oh, come
Well,
on in.
Thank you.
I'll let Uncle Tony know you're here.
Oh,
thanks, Auntie Marge.
God. Thank you.
Hey, Tony! Your fucking family's here! Get the fuck down! What are you doing? Whacking? Just jacking off all day?
I'm coming down!
Come on! All right.
Hi, Tony.
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, Austin! My favorite nephew. Come here. Come here, Austin.
Hey.
Come here.
Hi.
Austin!
Yes.
Where's my money that you bet me on the game last week?
I won
You
that
bet him
game.
on the game?
I won that game. You
What
owe
do you
me
mean
money.
you won that game?
That was our cake money, you dick.
And listen. He's an old, confused man. And I won it.
Austin, you gonna let her talk to you like that?
No.
Are you gonna let him talk to me like that?
When the next thing you're gonna tell me people giving you insulting racial cards, and you just gonna take it, Austin?
Look,
That was.
Uncle
In the
Roger.
old country, when somebody gave us a racially insensitive card impugning a specific race, we shot him in the face.
Times
Right.
Jesus.
have changed, Auntie and Uncle. Times are different now.
That's what
They're
happens when you
different.
don't raise kids in Christian Science.
That's it.
Here we go.
Listen.
I'm getting a cocktail.
Oh, okay. You know, that's the first thing I ever heard her say.
I'm getting a cocktail.
I'm getting a cocktail.
Because she's your employee, she works under you.
She works under me. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just I want a relationship just like your guys'. You guys fucking hate each other.
Oh,
Right?
so much.
But you also unite
We're bound
within
by
that hatred.
We're bound by hate. Molded by it.
I just need to know if Amanda and I, if we're right together, or if we're wrong enough to be together to be right together, I guess.
Well, look in her eyes, and I see dislike. I don't know that I see hatred.
No. Tell me about the car that she got you.
The card? That
she got you, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. Was an insult card. It pretty much said, well, she didn't give me. Her sister got me a card.
Wait.
Basically, I'll sum up what both of the cards said to me. It was just kind of like, fuck you, Austin. Throw you against the wall like a spaghetti.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Austin.
that's hatred filled.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought that maybe you're with the wrong sister? That maybe there's a sister that hates you even more than the sister you got?
Well,
Tony thinks
Gotta do
about
with-
that all the time.
you should have been with your other sister.
One of us should have been with our sister? We don't think that way.
No,
Oh, you're not
you're
saying
not
I should
following
get
me,
with my-
Austin.
Okay,
You said her
I'm
sister
sorry.
got you the card.
but
I'm
my
saying,
sister and I hate each other. Okay, sorry. Okay, just
Yeah, her sister.
What are we talking about? I was getting a cocktail.
Yep. Oh, Amanda,
Mm-hmm.
sweetie, I'm gonna break this down for you.
Great.
You're not good enough for our Austin. But
Please.
Your sister, is she available?
Ew. Are you
Just-
serious?
Amanda. Just answer the fucking question.
You
We
come
just
into
want to make
our
sure our
house,
boy is happy.
A cocktail with our
Happy hating.
alcohol? You can't answer one question?
Okay. You want me to? Fine. You know what? I'll call her right now. That's fine. I'll call her right now.
Yeah.
Put her on speakerphone. It's gonna be
Sure.
good.
Sister is full of hate.
Okay,
Full
here we
of
go. Here we go. I'm calling her. Hey, sis.
Hey,
So Austin and his family would like to know if you're available to be his new. Are you available
do you
to
need
be?
me to come pick you up?
Yes, I absolutely do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
I'll be there in roughly 1 minute and 15 seconds, and I'll have the perfect card for the occasion.
Oh,
Perfect.
she's bringing a card.
Seconds.
That's my girl. We'll get to the bottom of this.
We'll find out the final verdict will be rendered based on the card she brings. That's what's set up here, is what I'm saying.
She
Cut
hates
to a
me,
minute
by the way.
later.
That's what we're saying. How much does she hate him? Oh, she's here.
I'm here.
Hi.
Amanda,
Yes. Mhm.
you can come get in the car.
Thank you. God.
We're going
Okay.
to be leaving.
Perfect.
Uh,
I would
But
love that.
first, I have the perfect card. It's a get out of jail free card, because you're going to need it, because I'm lighting your car on fire with your hair in it. Boom!
Oh,
She's perfect, Austin.
She's perfect. You gotta marry that girl, Austin.
what?
Guys.
Amanda, come get in the car!
Okay, you guys. This has been the most insightful.
What are you doing, boy? Go after her!
Go, Austin.
I love you guys. Bree.
And so he runs. He ran and he ran and he ran. As fast as his little legs could carry him. And there was a big driving sequence
Oh my God.
with the sister at the wheel.
Is he
Sure, that
following
one.
us?
Yep. They drove all over.
Is he following us? Seriously?
I mean, I don't know. I lit his parents' apartment building on fire with the car accidentally.
I'll get
Love you
this
so much.
The
saucy
sister
babe.
had drunk 20 beers. And eventually she crashed into Austin's car. And the sisters are in the same car, by the way.
Love. I do love.
Well, at least this year I'll be able to tell the kids Santa's not real.
back to the Hallmark store. So that's the whole story there, and they read that card, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I like that. I like that.
You think it'll work for what you need?
Yeah. No, I got this other sister I'm trying to impress.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, buddy.
No problem. What a piece of shit. The end. That's our show, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Grant, our special guest, who just popped in and then he backed away, horrified.
Thanks for working all my stuff in. That was fun to see, guys. I appreciate it.
Glad you enjoyed it. It was fun. I like to think it's educational and offensive.
Yeah, totally.
Like my school.
Like people who would be great at playtesting board games.
Yeah,
My
right.
teachers.
You guys really want to be in on that, and I love that.
Yep.
Is it the kind of thing? Can you do playtesting at a Christian Science reading room? Is that appropriate?
Definitely not. You could go in there and think about playtesting. You know.
There we go. Think about it hard.
Yeah.
I would like to personally apologize to all of the Christian Science viewers and lovers of your friends.
So many.
I'm sure there were a lot watching. You know?
Yeah.
And if you are, tut, because laughter is the best medicine. And I know.
Especially
The only some
Not
might
medicine.
say.
Yeah, I can't. The medical stuff.
All right. You can follow Grant Lyon at GrantLyon1 on Twitter or Instagram. And we've been hyping his stuff here. You can find the links there. We hope that you do. And you can
follow
like
us
and
if you're
subscribe. Hit that bell like you're a hunchback. And you'll get an
Dame, he's a
updated on any video and every show that we do. They'll tell you everything about us, you son of a bitch. So do that. And we'll be back again next week when our guest is going to be someone totally different. Good night.
Good night.
We play the theme song. We have a little song. Do whatever. Slowly disappear. Into the ether we go.
It's not Hanukkah yet.
And